let's say over the life of 30 years, that's $25,000 saved.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Housing Tips. It's the show where we talk about housing information, housing news, and everything in between. I'm your host, Eric, and joining me today is my co host, Jesse. How are you today, Jesse?
I'm feeling like an interest rate constantly fluctuating and making everyone a little nervous.
That is fantastic. Speaking of interest rates, that's actually the topic of today's episode. And what is today's topic, today's episode, Jesse?
We're talking about the recent federal policy meeting and what could that mean for 2025?
Definitely. With just a week away until the new policy meeting, and actually releasing yesterday was a CPI inflation report that showed that the inflation actually went up 0.01%. However, that was in line with what the Federal Reserve expected. So I think it's leading to a full movement to a small but much needed interest rate cut.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you're a homeowner, you're hoping to become one, that rate cut could be really good news. Let's say, for example, okay, 0.25% reduction on I'm using random numbers. Don't get mad at me, everyone. They're like 300,000, but on let's say on a 300,000 mortgage, that could lower your monthly payment by about $40. And initially, that doesn't sound huge, but every bit helps. Let's say over the life of 30 years, that's $25,000 saved. And maybe even like the way that you phrase it. If there was a program that says you'll save $25,000, I'm sure a lot of people will sign up. So, depending on how you see, like that reduction could be really big for a lot of people.
No, definitely. And that's something that a lot of people haven't really experienced too much of, is because we've had such a long, prolonged time of low interest rates, and having the sudden interest rates climbing, that does affect payments quite a bit. Is a lot of the time people think it's the purchase price, but the same reaction could happen from just the weight of the interest rate. But it's great to know that hopefully there'll be a little bit more cuts. However, I do think in 2025 there's going to be an interest rate pause. I don't think they're going to be going down or up. They're going to be doing more of the wait and see approach, see what happens, and then make adjustments from there. But it's fantastic to know that right before the holidays, we have a little bit of help coming. There's going to be probably a very small but marginal interest rate cut. But it'll be awesome to know that, exactly like you said, Jesse, is over 30 years, you save $25,000 from a 25 basis point rate cut on your mortgage. That's fantastic to know.
Yeah, that rate cut's going to help. Might be bigger bad news. We're unlikely to see rates drop back to the 3%, 4% levels of 2020, 2021 anytime soon. So if you're waiting for that perfect rate, you might miss out on your starter home, on your dream home. So you can always refinance later if rates drop further. But to take in consideration, I recently had one of my clients decide to move forward after hearing about the potential rate cut. So that small savings makes a big difference in their budget.
No, definitely. And exactly like you said, is that sometimes when interest rate is higher, you can wait until interest rate loans come down a little bit more and then refinance your place later on. But that's fantastic news. But we did want to make this short video. Is there anything else you wanted to summarize about this video, Jesse?
We're getting good news. It sounds promising, and let's jump into it. Let's make it happen.
Definitely. But also, I definitely want to pass the question off to the viewers as well, is what do you think about the federal interest rate possibly going down 25 basis points on December 17th? But let us know in the comments. But as always, thank you so much for your time, Jesse, and have a wonderful day.